Hey guys, Jeff Graham here with AfterBuzz TV, and I'm here with Drew Tarver and Heléne Yorke, who played the leads on the other two. They are the other two.
Yes.
Just so you guys know, this is a show that kind of follows a Justin Bieber-esque social media influencer who makes it big, while his siblings struggle to accrue the same fame that he has.
Yeah, we are the two loser older siblings of a Justin Bieber-esque singer, star, internet star.
Yes.
I've seen the first two, guys. I'm loving it. It's hilarious.
Thank you. Thanks so much for watching.
Absolutely. It's really, really fun. One thing I want to ask you guys is there's sort of a pretty heavily satirical element around this, like around press and sort of this environment. So do you feel like when you approach things like this, is it hard to do it without any sense of irony because of production?
It is a little strange because it does feel like this moment right now could be in the show and like something's happening between us in real life that we're bringing into this interview.
It would be more like Britney or Katrina.
Yeah, it's but I think it's like the show deals with them in a way that we're all trying to do it, and you have to do it, and you're trying to. But it also has human elements that like have nothing to do with the entertainment industry. It's kind of the backdrop, but it's really like family issues and jealousy.
What's fun to me about doing Press Now is that as opposed to bringing in characters, because we did like a real red carpet moment on the show in the second episode and all these things, and I think that as opposed to where our characters were in that position, doing Press Now, it's so fun because we love what we did, and it's exciting to see that people like it, and so it's a different context in a good way.
Yeah, we were kind of playing all this out, and now we actually get to do it.
You don't have to pretend to be a housewife, and you don't have to pretend to be an aspiring commercial actor who smells farts.
Exactly, no. That's definitely not what I am in real life.
Definitely not.
So, Heléne, you have a pretty extensive Broadway background, and I'm wondering if you're going to bring that to the show at all.
I do a little bit. We did there's a music video. I don't know if that's too much of a spoiler in the... Oh, I guess it is a bit of a spoiler, but I do a little bit of dancing on the show, which was really fun to do, and I was incredibly, if not too proud of how well I did. Musical dancing is very different from music video dancing, is what my body discovered the day after we did it. And also shooting in New York, we got so many great actors like Richard Kind and people like that from the theater community that came, so that was really awesome.
Definitely.
You do extensive vocal warm-ups before every take.
Every day.
Whether she's singing or not, it's a lot of me. It's a lot of...
I would hope so.
Yeah, that's accurate. me.
Extensive blocking before you do anything.
Yeah. Well, I really like having a lot of business.
Oh, yes.
I love to be holding something or doing something because it feels very Denzel to me in that moment.
It's very good. She'll be like, we'll be like blocking out a scene, and she's like, okay, I'm going to walk in the door, I'm going to grab this bag, and then I'm probably going to need like a couple books to take out of this bag, and then I'm going to walk over there, and I'll probably start doodling. It depends on if I feel it, and I'm just kind of like, all right, so I'll walk in and I'll stand and say it.
I bring the theater background by being very extra.
I feel like my character would have just had a traumatic event. It would need to put books in her bag to survive the next scene.
Yeah, you never know. She needs to read them.
I love it. And you have an improvisational background, as do you. I know Sarah and Chris are writing these really tight, beautifully written scripts, but are you guys improvising on set?
Not really. There's not really any need for it. I mean, the scripts are so well done, and they're like, Drew, if you want to, you can button the scene and I'll do it, and I'll be like, that was bad. They won't be like, I'll be like, that was not as good as what you had written.
But you know.
I know. But occasionally, like Ken Marino, he gets going sometimes, and they keep a lot of his funny stuff. And they're little things, but the writing's so good. It's kind of, hey, we got it. Let's move on.
Yeah. Especially as we went on with shooting, the writing and the characters became more and more in line with exactly who we are, which is such a pleasure to be working with writers that you feel like are tailoring something directly to you and exactly how you sound. And so even saying words sometimes felt improvisational just because the writing is truly so good.
Yeah.
I love that. And that's the last thing I want to talk about is this is such a self-assured first season. I think it's rare that comedies come out with such a strong and specific point of view. I was surprised by how earnest the show was. I think when I heard the log line, I expected something a little darker. I expected Case's character to be a little more cynical and kind of a douchebag, but he's actually this really sweet kid. Is that something you guys are enjoying tonally on set?
I think that's something that definitely drew me to the script. Was it didn't have that cynicism, and it kind of treated if anything, Carrie and Brooke were the cynical bad ones, and every other character that could have been a villain was like, no, they're sweet. Brooke and Carrie need to get their shit together, which was nice. And it also just makes the comedy, I feel like, that much better if you also have those real grounded moments.
I think it's nice and refreshing the fact that they don't have resentment for their brother's success. I think that they're proud of him. We are proud of him and piggybacking off of his success, trying to find our own ways within that, but really supporting one another and supporting him. And I think that's the refreshing element that you're definitely picking up on, which is really nice and different.
Absolutely. Well, it's one of my favorite things about the show, and I'm so excited, guys. I can't wait for people to see this. And last thing, anything you guys want people to take from the show?
We want you to watch it.
That makes sense. Well, guys, this has been AfterBuzz TV, and I thank you guys so much. Good luck with the season. Yeah, absolutely.